Alright. This is Thomas Mitchells. He's a voice actor, coach, and director whose body of work includes games like Baldur's Gate 3, The Division 2, Dying Light 2, and Total War Warhammer 3. He's joining us today to help us refine how we approach voice acting for video games and show us what his method is like for his coaching. To get some context on what's going on, check out the first video in the series. Thomas lets us in on his philosophy, his approach, and some of his background as a professional, which lays the groundwork for what's happening. If you like what you see and you want to be part of future sessions, then join TMC on Discord. Without further delay, here's Thomas.
Good job, man. Good job. Right, Raphael. Is he around? Is he here?
Let's give this a try.
Give
One
it
more
one more
time.
crack.
I've invited you up to speak. Let's see. Please, hopefully this works. I've just
Hello.
invited you. Yes, we can hear you!
Okay, there we go.
Yes!
So sorry
I was
about that.
Hello, Raphael. Good job. Well done. It's all good. Take a moment. We've got plenty of time. Raphael, what
Yes.
number script have you picked for us today?
I have picked 2, 6, and 13.
Oh, 6. Interesting. I've not had anyone pick that one yet. Yeah. Do you know what? I'd like to hear 6 from you because I've not had anyone pick this one yet. Yeah, I'm interested to see your take on this one. So, for those of you who don't have access to the script, this is monologue 6, if you'd like to refer to it, and this is an elderly man.
Hey, real quick. Thomas has requested that the scripts he provided be used solely in this presentation. Please do not transcribe or use these scripts for any reason, as these are the property of Thomas Mitchells. Alright.
This is an elderly man reflecting on the fact he has just turned 80 and what it feels like to be this age in life. Raphael, whenever you are ready, the floor is yours.
Growing old is a totally unfamiliar experience. You don't notice it, you see. I was very annoyed when I turned a big number recently. I say to people when they ask me how old I am, I say, I'm approaching 70 from the wrong direction. And I let them think about that. But I had this birthday, and a very wicked friend of mine gave me this gift. An hourglass. Can you imagine what's it like to have that on your bedside table? I inverted it as often as I wrapped it as possible. I find that growing old is sad. Only in the sense that the world looks exactly the same as it did when I was young. And if I see an attractive woman, as I have recently, I feel exactly the same emotion. I appreciate the things I would have appreciated in my youth. The only difference is that she doesn't see me. That's poignant. And also, of course, absurd. I enjoyed life as much as I did. I don't have any single regrets. I've been married 4 times. Some people, of course, have girlfriends between marriages. I have marriages between marriages. And they say when you really get old, the policemen look younger. To me, it's only the young that look younger.
A round of applause to Raphael, everybody. Good job, man. That was lovely. That was really, really sweet. It was lovely. So we've been talking about playing things through in a scenario where we allow ourselves to feel this journey and allow things to go through. You kept things at a very, very steady pace, which is lovely to see. But now what I'd like to do with you, Raphael, is I want playing more with your dynamics. So, oh, hello, I can see you now.
Hey.
I had a feeling you weren't 80. Yeah, let's play with dynamics a bit more. It's very good to keep that sort of reflective feel. Sometimes what I like to do is that when I'm in a session with somebody and they're giving a very earnest, honest, sort of reflective storytelling of their life, of their feelings and experiences, the one extra bit of what I call adding color to the palette is adding the dynamics to a performance. So for you, it's you have this lovely resonant voice that goes through all the way through. It carries us all the way through, and it's very pleasing on the ear. But when we talk more about your feelings and your personal feelings. Like, you're an elderly man in this instance, so think to yourself, what would that generation be like? An 80-year-old, I think, is beyond boomer age. It's more like the silent generation age. And so, we don't talk about our feelings at all. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't exist. I think in those moments, that's when he can scarcely believe that he's talking about these things himself, but there's just something about him that just gives him a warmth and comfort in knowing that he can talk about these emotions and open himself up a bit more, but it changes his voice in that regard. So I think maybe he goes more internal. It's more him telling himself that he feels these things rather than to the person in front of him. So sure, he's been cued to talk about his birthday recently to somebody, but then as he has these like internal epiphanies, these realizations, it's more personal to him rather than the person he's talking to. So just in those moments, give me those pensive feels from this old man. When he's talking about the young woman, it's a matter of fact. I feel as I did when I was 18, but there's the sadness to it because you go, I'm not that 18-year-old anymore. It's finding that subtext beneath those words. What made him want to talk about the attractive young woman? It's not about the fact that it's about an attractive young woman. It's about the fact that in his mind he's the same as he was when he's 18, but his body is just completely different, and society views him differently because of his age. In this very much this ageist generational society where the next group come along and it's all about them, and then the next group come along and it's almost like that feeling of being forgotten. We can all reflect on that. We all want to feel significance to somebody, but this particular character, he doesn't feel as significant. So give me that. Make him smaller in those moments. Make it really intimate. Really sit in those reflective moments where he's more talking to himself rather than to the person in front of him. When you're ready, Raphael, give me one more.
Growing old is a totally unfamiliar experience. You don't notice it, you see. I was very annoyed when I turned a big number recently. I say to people when they ask me how old I am, I say I'm approaching 70 from the wrong direction. And I let them think about that. But I had this birthday, and a very wicked friend of mine gave me this gift. An hourglass. Can you imagine what's it like to have that on your side of the table? I invert it as often, as rapid as possible. I find that growing old is only sad in the sense that the world looks exactly the same as it did when I was young. And if I see an attractive woman, as I have recently, I feel exactly the same emotion. I appreciate the things I would have appreciated in my youth. The only difference is that she doesn't see me. That's poignant. And also, of course, absurd. I enjoy life just as much as I did. I don't have any single regrets. I've been married 4 times. Some people, of course, have girlfriends between marriages. I have marriages between marriages. And they say when you really get old, the policemen look younger. To me, it's only the young who look younger.
Oh, I just want to give him a hug. That was really, really sweet. Well done, Raphael. That was awesome. Well done.
Thank you.
Bravo. That was really sweet. And so the reason why it's nice to get that feeling of dynamics is because it's just something that adds to the watercolor. It's providing just that little bit of shadow, that light and shade. It gives us an extra dimension to this old man that we're portraying here, Raphael. Performance styles vary in video games because, like we said right at the beginning, the video games are so different to each other and so varied and vibrant. Style of performance can work for one genre or one style of art direction, but not work for another. And this goes for everybody else that's performed this as well, is that when I've kind of changed the style of your read, to fit a certain journey and fit a certain aspect is because I want you to think about different types of video games. So for instance, with Raphael's performance, which you just heard, everybody, that first one would be epic for one of those like JRPGs where we, you know, we have the text dialogue and like we have line by line by line. Everything has like a nice pace to it because the player is in control of that pace. If you hear a line, we can pause for thought, hit A again if you like, and then we get the next line play through that monologue. The second read is one that I would say is more cinematic and imbues more of a pleasing arc to, say, the narration of an animation piece in a cinematic. So imagine that he's talking about his story and we're getting an animation over the top where we're just hearing the old man's voice, and it's a cutscene of drawings and pictures and flourishes and all that kind of stuff where we don't actually see the old man, and it allows that delicate nature and that earnestness and that honesty to come through more, and it aids and guides the art direction of the animation piece. It's just things to think about in those moments of where is this piece of text being used in the game, and that's something to take away with everybody here when you do casting auditions and, you know, goes at monologues and things. Where is it being placed? How is it being used? Is it being used to be shown right in front of the player's face? Is it something the player hears from a distance? Is it a significant character in our story, or is it just some random NPC that's just saying something for the sake of world building? They all have their different unique purposes. You wouldn't have an NPC, a BAFTA award-winning performance 15 feet away, because it doesn't need that value, it doesn't need that energy, it just needs to sit nicely. It just needs to be part of the overall picture that we're painting for these people that are playing our games. Whereas, you know, if it's someone in front of you, someone that's talking directly to the player, they're able to have more of a significance, they're able to have more of a journey, because it's building that relationship between character A and character B. And subsequently, sometimes if it's directly to the player, it's with the player itself, you know, it's the player character, the main character. So it's just things to think about. Raphael, thank you so much for handling all of your crazy tech issues. Good job. Another round of applause to Raphael, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Well done, well done, well done. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Lovely, great.
But let's go ahead and get Zach up here.
Hello, thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Right, okay. You're here, you're ready. What monologues did you prepare?
I was most excited about doing script 3.
Script 3. Let's do it. We've heard Caitlin's, let's hear yours. So, script 3, everybody, is the charismatic injured mercenary found out in the frontier of an unknown planet we have found ourselves on. Merc offers a potential side quest where we can go fetch them a healing kit, giving the player the choice to help or refuse. Zach, over to you.
Son of a bitch! Oh man, that fucking sucked. Well, fuck me. It's you! I know you. You were on the Hyperion as it was getting ripped to shit, smashing through that big fuck-off asteroid belt. Would have preferred meeting you over an oxy whiskey in a bar rather than me trying to stay alive in this shithole and not pass out. Name's Jericho, but it's more for the Guild Watch papers. You seem nice enough. Call me Jerry. I'm gonna level with you, soldier. I'm pretty fucked up. I need to find a metastation, but I can't really walk right now, given that my leg is minced like a motherfucker. Could you do me a favor and fetch me a fuser? I'd really, really like to be able to walk again. I'll buy you a drink.
And the player accepts and says, sure, I'll help you, Jerry.
Fucking A. I knew I was right to like you. You got that whole hero protagonist vibe thing going on. Cool, I'll wait here for you, cause, well, I can't do shit right now. Thanks.
And then we're going to hop back in time, and the player says, sorry, Jerry, I got things to do.
There you go, trying too hard to make friends, Jerry. I guess I saw some generosity in you somewhere. Must have been a trick of the light. Guess I better crawl my way to that one. In that case, kindly go fuck yourself.
Lovely, brilliant. Round of applause for Zach, everybody. Lovely. Good stuff, good stuff. Awesome. So, First thing is you stayed in pain all the way through. Thank you for doing that. We had this with Caitlin earlier where Caitlin was able to keep that pain going through. And actually, the pair of you have actually remembered and reminded yourselves, okay, I'm in pain. I have to do this all the way through. Whereas some people get too excited and they forget. And all of a sudden they're all like Mr. Quippy Harrison Ford. Like, yeah, no sweat, buddy. We should get an oxy whiskey sometime. So the only thing with showing pain is it's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Because it's like, well, how much pain do you show off? What's the state of this person? Are we going to be constantly strained like this all the way through? Or are we going to have moments where, okay, it's subsided a little bit, we're okay, we're moving on, but we're still feeling pretty exhausted by the whole ordeal? And it's about finding that balance of status for that person. You kept it at like quite a nice, I'd say if it was a pain level scenario, it was probably like 7 and an 8 out of 10. I also like the kookiness that you brought to him as well. Bit of this guy could be my best friend, for sure. So I think let's dive more into that kookiness and play this like it's more of a light-hearted game. Kind of like Outer Worlds, that kind of thing. Fallout, where it's like things have like an injection of humor into the dialogue. Let's be silly, Zach. Let's finish this on a silly note with our last monologue of the day. Let's imagine that we're playing more on the humor side of things, because actually we went in the other direction with Caitlin. We went dark.
I'm vengeance.
Let's find how different a performance can be for the same material here. So you're doing something incredibly valuable for everyone. So this time around, I'd like you to imagine that instead of being charismatic, let's stick more with quirky, offbeat, and a bit of a Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters. Like, hey, you're the Keymaster. That kind of vibe. Let's make this guy a bit of a wimp. He's just trying to get by, and he is a mercenary, and he's, got a six-pack, he's got biceps, but he was severely bullied at school, right? And he's still got a bit of a dorkish nature to him. So up that up for me. And I just want player to kind of have that vibe of, I could go either way with this guy. Like his personality and attitude. Let's really give the player a hard choice here of, I kind of want to see what he's like when he's drunk. Or, oh my God, this guy is so annoying. I do not want to spend any more time with him. Give me that feeling for the player. Let's try and give that player a really difficult choice. When you're ready, go for one more.
Son of a bitch! Oh man, that fucking sucked. What? Well, fuck me! It's you! I know you. You were on the Hyperion as it was getting ripped to shit, smashing through that big fuck-off asteroid belt. I would have preferred meeting you over an oxy whiskey in a bar rather than me trying to stay alive in this shithole and not pass out. Name's Jericho. But that's more for the Guild Watch papers. You seem nice enough. Call me Jerry. I'm gonna level with you here, soldier. I'm pretty fucked up. I need to find a medistation, but I can't really walk to one, given that my leg is minced like a motherfucker. Could you do me a favor and fetch me a fuser? I'd really like to be able to walk again. I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah. Sure, that sounds kind of cool.
Fucking A! I knew I was right to like you! Oh, you got that whole hero protagonist vibe thing going on. Cool, I'll wait for you here, cause I can't do shit now. Thanks!
And then we'll jump back in time. Sorry, Jerry, but you know what they say, two's a crowd.
I guess I saw some generosity in you somewhere. Must have been a trick of the light. Guess I better crawl my way to that one. In that case, kindly, go fuck yourself.
Lovely. Great. I heard that. That was great. That was good. That was fantastic, Zach. That was really, really enjoyable. It was Borderlands. That's what I got from that. Like, we changed it up. We changed it from like something that has a nice base to it, but then we've given it even more personality that would suit a very particular art direction. So without even questioning, I think everyone could use their imagination there. That your base performance that you gave in that first monologue suited something maybe a bit more grounded, a bit more realistic, but then just changing things up a bit we instantly can feel a change in that art direction and those visualizations, and that's what marries so well to all these different looks and genres. So 2 very, very strong performances you gave me there, Zach. That was awesome stuff. And again, thank you so much for your time.
Oh God, thank you, especially delayed after the fact. Much appreciated.
It's all good. It's all good.
I just want to say you guys have absolutely been rocking it. Everybody who's been up here to read, you've done a fantastic job. You haven't broken any of the rules, which I'm super proud of you guys for doing. And you've all done an incredibly fantastic job with each and every one of your performances.
No, yeah, I share the sentiments exactly. It's been a really, really fun couple of hours. It's really good. Zach, thank you. You're last of a good bunch. You may go down the treads on stage right. Head yourself back to seat E18.
Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the last 3 videos in this small series. In the next and final episode, Thomas answers some of the burning questions that our audience had during the session. Support us on Twitch or Coffee for your chance to read with future coaches. Like and subscribe to share the love, and we'll see you in the next workout.